begin. I'd just like to, first of all, enter into record, without objection, enter the record of letter to support BNI, and an article by Danielle Allen entitled "How to Regain Mutual Respect on College Campuses." Thank you so much. As I kind of wrap up my thoughts here, earlier there was a comment about admissions and the low admissions since the 1990s of black students into college. Let me give you a novel suggestion. Let's start teaching our kids earlier how to read, write, and add. That might be a good start. That way that they don't have to worry about affirmative action, they can get there through meritocracy. Second thing is, how about we start thinking that blacks cannot compete intellectually with everybody else. It's called meritocracy, which I grew up with, very proud to say I grew up with, and we win when we put the work and effort in. And the last thing is that we just need to make sure we are now looking at the potential of all our kids, regardless of their color, race, and creed. I think one of the smartest strategies that the Marxist ideology did, and I appreciate your comment, I think it was spot on. It's an ideology that used really good people, good liberals with good intentions. They hide behind these good folks and do damaging bad things. And then when we point them out, they say, no, you're talking about good liberals. No, we're talking about Marxists. Okay, they don't want to make that point. But they're really good at understanding how to control the language. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, you would think is a really good thing, unless you think about diversity that excludes Jews, black conservatives, and white, straight male Christians. They are not included into this little bubble that the Marxists put together. They've taken a good word of equality and change it to equity. Equality says, I just want the opportunity. Give me a chance. I'll run harder. I'll work hard. I will prove myself to gain your respect. Equity is, no, you come with the right color, you come with the right ideology, and you got the job. And inclusion. Well, let's look at our colleges. Harvard University now has a black graduation class, a Hispanic graduation class, and a gay Hispanic class. Go to MIT, you have a black-only dorm. Guess who's not going to be invited in that dorm? Jews, whites, and black conservatives. This is the most divisive concept that we've ever seen, and it is truly a cancer. This is something that destroys everything that builds our foundation of a country, of life, living in pursuit of happiness, and looking at each other from inside out, not outside in. I want to thank my great state of Utah. I tell you, I'm just so proud of the legislators we have there. We're very innovative. We collaborate very well. We believe in fairness. And just recently, we have a couple of my good friends, Kate Hall and Keith Grover, who introduced legislation to ban DEI from our educational systems. It now prohibits discrimination, period. It protects Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. It eliminates diversity statements. It creates success centers for all of our students, not just of a particular color. I'm going to kind of wrap up with this one statement. I read this, Dr. Smith, and I just have to respond, I think, and kind of finish up with this one. It's regarding the way that our black students and youth are being addressed. I've been challenged by white and black people alike when I express a parent idea that is we should have more faith in the agency of our minority students, especially black minority students, who seem to be downtrodden poster children for victimhood. This lack of confidence in these children is called empathy. This lack of optimism in succeeding in life is called empowerment. The dismissal of valuable skills that would better ensure success in life is called social justice. And anything that could possibly instill a positive outlook, self-awareness, emotional self-control, delayed gratification, achievement orientation, and adaptation is called white supremacy, with a big hug. Whenever I hear educators advocating such interpretations of higher education, I always say to myself, thank God these were not teachers when I grew up. I want to echo that, thank God. I grew up at a time of segregation, but my community believed in its kids. We believed in meritocracy. We do not teach foolishness. We do not teach to judge each other from outside in instead of inside out. Thank God for that. And I want to thank God for every one of you guys who are engaged in this conversation. We might not agree on everything, but we're talking about the right topic. What do we do to make sure our kids land in a better spot than we did, like every generation has done before us. Not feeling angry, bigots, discouraged. Let's leave our country and our kids with a greater vision of our country and what we can accomplish. We can do that, but make sure our education is put in the right place. And this is a great start. So thank you so much. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate all the comments that's come to us. And I would like again to thank our witness for taking the time to testify before the subcommittee today. Without objections, there's no further business, and this subcommittee is now stand adjourned.